Welcome to another episode of the Printing Show. This is the Christmas special. Dafi couldn't be here today. My name is Santa Claus. I'm going to reply to all your questions you sent me by mail. So let's have a look. Maybe this one. From Jesus. Dear Dafi, how do you do your weird printing with furniture that you've done on the Things I Keep Telling Myself poster or on the POW poster? Well, Jesus, I'll show you. First, let's clean up this mess. So on these two posters, Dafi used two different kinds of locking up the furniture and bringing it up to type height for printing. Let's look at the Things I Keep Telling Myself poster first. Here you see the block Dafi used for the Things I Keep Telling Myself poster. And you can see he printed it with Raglets, and all of those Raglets are exactly 12 points or 100 in width. So basically, he brought up a board of MDF, 12 points below type height. So anything he would mount onto that board that is exactly 12 points in width would add up to type height. So for measuring type height, I use a plate height tester. You can also use one of these micrometers, but this is the traditional tool to measure type height. I use this solid piece of steel that is exactly on dado height to set the plate height tester to 0 first. So I use a board of MDF and some paper to bring it up to 12 points below type height. So I add this raglet that is 12 points in width, and this should be on 0. If I'm too high, I can remove some of the packing, some of the paper I put underneath. And if I'm too low, I can add some more. But I have to be exact here. So this is exact science. So the board plus the raglet plus the make ready, and also calculate for the tape that I use for mounting the raglets. They add up exactly to type height. All right, so I have the board and I add some tape to that. And as I said before, I calculated the thickness of the tape within, so the type height is not affected by the thickness. Then I peel the tape off. Okay, and then I pop the raglets on. All right, and I'll lock it up. All right, so where are my little helpers? Okay, I'll do it myself. And here we have our nice print with raglets. The cool thing about this technique is that Dafi can use anything that is 12 points in width. So there's no grid, there's no rules, anything he can pop on and is flat and 12 points in width, he can print. And you get some nice textures from the used raglets. Now let me show you the second way Dafi used for making the POW poster. Let's clean up the mess first. For the second method, we need a thin board of MDF. And that board I cut into a stencil with the laser cutter. Well, you can use the laser cutter. I use my magic here. So what we have here is a stencil that Dafi designed in a way so the sizes are in the point system. This is 48 points wide. And again, this piece would be 48 points wide. Now I can use this stencil to lock up furniture. I got myself some pieces of furniture and I measured them with the plate height tester. And they're exactly the same height. And you have to be really careful because now I'm not using the width, I'm using the height of these pieces of furniture. Hammer. Okay, now I can just mount them into my stencil. All right, we're done. That was some work. So let's lock this up and print it. All right. So again, in a similar process as before, I had to measure the height of this block and I brought it up to type height. And now all we can do is ink it up and print it. And here we have our W from Dafi's POW poster. Beautiful. All right, cheeses. I hope you're happy. So, I know a lot of magic going on, so please all say with me, it's magic. 1, 2, 3. It's magic. Yes, it is. Bye. If you've got any more questions, send me a letter.